It's me, Kaiju Cooper. I know it's been a hot second, but I wanted to make kind of a different video. This is going to be more informal, scattered video, just my thoughts about Skybound issue 30, which recently just leaked online. I heard about it a couple weeks ago. I read some of it, and then I kind of read it over again just now, so these are really just my first true impressions of it in its totality. And oh boy, do I have some thoughts. Now, warning, I'm going to be spoiling the issue. I'm spoilers, okay? Do not watch the rest of this video till you've either read the leaks or you've waited until March 11th for it to come out. I'm not going to say where you can get the leaks. Some Google searching should do it pretty easily. It's not like hidden. I'm not gatekeeping. Let's be real. I don't know the legality of this. I don't want to get blasted by Skybound or Robert Kirkman or something. I'm just being safe. You can find the leaks if you want to. So for a brief summary, issue picks up from 29 after Megatron has run away. Elita steps through the space bridge, and she's sort of sizing up Optimus, and they get into this little debate. They have this back and forth, and basically the entire issue boils down to Elita usurping leadership of the Autobots from Optimus Prime. And they start brawling, which I think is honestly really funny because for a majority of the fight, Elita's just wailing on Optimus, and he's just kind of sitting there and taking it because he's not going to hit his girlfriend, I guess. And it goes like that up until Cliffjumper jumps on her and says that's enough. Then Optimus smacks the absolute shit out of her. You can see like a little bit of energon drooling out of her mouth, which I thought was really interesting to actually see them go one-on-one. It's playing defense for mostly the whole thing. All the Autobots are quote-unquote reunited. We have all the Autobots that were just awakened. And this whole thing, once again, it comes down to Elita thinks they should be putting Cybertron first, and Optimus thinks they are responsible for bringing the war to Earth. They need to ensure that another planet isn't caught in the crossfire and pretty much destroyed. She tries to pry the Matrix out of Optimus's chest. He stops and pulls the Matrix out and says, "Let's see if it chooses you." And then it does, which is the craziest part of this whole issue to me. I don't understand how Elita gets chosen. She gets the Matrix. She becomes Elita Prime. They quite literally fumbled what should have been the coolest slam dunk of a concept ever. I mean, Elita as a Prime should have been so simple. That's awesome. You know, I would love to see that. But the execution of it is just so insanely poor. And my God, is this one of the most boring designs I've ever seen. I just spit into the mic, but this is such a boring design. And I've liked Dan Moore's art. I know people have been critical of his run on Transformers, but my God, this design is just so boring. It's regular Elita with some wings, and the name is also super uncreative. It's this running trend. Same thing with RC Magnus. I don't know if Robert Kirkman just sucks at naming things. I mean, we know he sucks at naming things because, this is the second one in a row. Another thing I don't like about this design is I really don't see how this thing can transform whatsoever. At least with RC Magnus, you kind of have those big back pylons. I don't know. I'm getting too sidetracked. Elita Prime happens. All the Autobots are in shock. And then I thought this was actually really interesting. This is going to be another spoiler image. Optimus does not revert to Orion Pax. He reverts to Optimus. Now, this is an interesting idea. To me, this really invokes the original Marvel G1 comics where Optimus isn't chosen by a Matrix or anything. He's just a soldier who rises through the ranks and eventually earns the title of Optimus Prime and becomes leader of the Autobots. And this is something I can somewhat get behind. I think this could be a really interesting concept, that there's more of a division between Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. I like the design here, although one thing that doesn't track with me is the lack of the faceplate. I'll get into that more later. I don't like the lack of a faceplate. It's just kind of ugly looking. And then this is the crazy part of the issue. The Autobots split up. So she takes leadership, takes half the Autobots, and dips out back to Cybertron. And there's this absolutely corny ass moment where they say till all are one. You just came in and split up the Autobots and split up the leadership and disgraced the other Autobots on Earth, which I don't think is right, to just scorn the other Autobots like that. And it kind of makes all the revivals of the Autobots pointless, because now in hindsight it's like, oh, the Skybound's introducing too many characters. Well, they did that just so they could take half of them away. We're back to like the same size of the cast anyways. Optimus stays with a smaller group of non-Autobots. They all have their symbols slashed because they're disgraces or whatever. I don't know. The lack of loyalty in all the Autobots is so just incomprehensible to me. For some of the Autobots, it's whatever, because they've been dormant for a couple million years. But for characters like Ultra Magnus and Jazz to go with Elita, that does not make a drop of sense to me. Especially when you have moments where Ultra Magnus straight up says he is ready to die for Optimus Prime, for everything Optimus Prime has done, for the quality of the leader he's been for millions of years. He rallies every Autobot while Optimus is on his deathbed to go fight to the death. It's just inconsistent and lazy writing. It feels like it's meant to shock you that Ultra Magnus is leaving. But he just switches up out of nowhere. Especially considering Ultra Magnus has PTSD. He's gonna go back to Cybertron and see Shockwave again and run away. So in terms of raising the stakes, this issue does nothing. Literally nothing, because the group that stays behind, it's like you have the most powerful Autobots. You have Superion, you have RC Magnus, and you have Shredhead. Shredhead has the most insane plot armor out of any character. Shredhead will just jump in, beat Megatron casually, and then just go back into the background. We haven't even seen what RC Magnus is capable of, but I'm assuming she's gonna have some crazy power BS. And Superion has been shown to run fades with Devastator and Bruticus with one arm. There's the stakes here are just non-existent because you left all of the most powerful characters on Earth. I mean, it's interesting that they're trying to raise the stakes like this and trying to challenge the idea of Optimus Prime's leadership, but it's also stale and uncreative. And the decisions that these characters are making are just so foreign to me. Just having viewed this franchise, it doesn't click with me. Because how would you get the advantage on Cybertron by dividing the Autobots more? It's also weird considering half of these Autobots wouldn't even be here to be split up into separate groups if Optimus Prime himself hadn't literally revived them using his alliance with the humans that he formed. Elita is struggling to ration Energon's scraps. I mean, we hear about it in Void Rivals, and then we come into the main book. Optimus has an alliance with the humans that provides them with surplus of energy. And Elita's throwing that away and just saying he's a bad leader. And I understand that doesn't automatically make his leadership better than anything Elita could do or just the best fit for the Autobots right now. But you're having a character who was ready to essentially bleed another planet dry be the one to question that leadership. No one who's reading the book is going to rally behind that the same way, because you're given this character that's ready to literally kill another planet for the sake of theirs. It comes off as selfish. This had to be a crazy punch to everyone's morale. And it's making me question what the Autobot cause is, because if it's just purely for control of Cybertron and not like, fighting for the good and the freedom of all sentient beings, that kind of thing, which is kind of what the Autobot cause has always looked like under Optimus Prime's leadership, now you're kind of losing that because they're dodging responsibility. Because the way the issue frames it is that Optimus is wrong for what he's done as Autobot leader. I can't get behind that. Questioning his leadership is one thing, and to bring that question to the forefront I think is a really interesting idea. I think they're doing it with the wrong characters in the wrong way. I don't know, man. This issue just really did not click with me, and a lot of people have been critical of Robert Kirkman's run over the past 6 issues, and it's like I really haven't seen it that way. I've liked this entire run of Transformers all the way through so far. It's consistently been good. I've liked all of it. 29 was very action-packed, and I enjoyed that entire issue a lot. I thought that was fun. But to split the Autobots up and leave while Megatron is on the back foot is just... That leadership seems more questionable than what Optimus Prime was doing. Basically tell the readers, hey, these guys you've been following who are fighting for Earth to not get destroyed by a intergalactic war, they were wrong the whole time. Because you see, the Matrix chose Elita. So clearly Elita's a better leader than Optimus. The way the Matrix has been framed for you to be worthy of the Matrix is it comes down to your character and not just your effectiveness as a leader. It's if you can inspire hope and be optimistic and be true and good and worthy. You're kind of losing that here because you default the Matrix to someone who is avoiding the responsibility of the war potentially wreaking havoc on another planet. And that just doesn't click with me. I don't think it's going to click with a lot of readers. I think this is going to be a very controversial issue when it properly comes out. Like I said, if you want to go read the leaks, just do some Google searching. You'll find it. You will. I'm not going to provide any links because I don't know what the law around that is, if I'll get like copyright struck or if I'll get a strike on my channel or something. I don't want to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. But this sucks, dude. Like this writing kind of stinks. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts. I know this isn't my typical type of video. I think I'm probably going to move away from doing reviews anyways. Yeah, I'm back somewhat. I'm planning to make more videos. I'm ramping up for my return to YouTube. For those of you wondering why I took another like extended break, because I do that every 3 videos. Just some personal stuff. I've sorted it all out. And yeah, I hope that I'll be able to come back with a higher quality content than I have before. Sorry if this is a little bit of a rushed video, but hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble about Skybound Transformers issue 30. Have you read the issue? What do you think about it? Come on, put your comments so I can get some engagement on my video, you know? Share the video with your friends. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.